afternoon. This is Sheldon here from the Currency Advisory Desk. Well, the US dollar saw a huge fall of around 30 paise on opening. It opened at around 55.44 levels this morning. Now, the main trigger for this fall was the rise in US non-farm payroll data which came out on Friday. The markets were expected to open in the green following this particular data. And we saw that the payroll had increased substantially to around 163,000. So this is a big positive for the US economy as such. But will this data suffice for the entire economy? I mean, will it be the revival or the turning point? Well, that's a big question mark. Now, looking at the dollar index fell to around 83.28 levels. And we also seen that there's an increasing appetite for risk currencies as compared to the safe haven currencies. Whenever there's something good happening or there's a good news that comes out economically, always we see there's a rally in the risk currencies. Now, fundamentally, if we look at if we analyze the data, well, there's nothing great in this report which will say that there would be a change in the US economic structure as such. So what we have concluded is that this is just a short-term effect, and there wouldn't be anything probably in the longer term that will hold true. Basis this, one can well go ahead and short the dollar rupee pair for today. Intraday we recommend a short sell, and we see that this is basically going to last out for probably just a few more hours or probably 1 or 2 trading sessions, post which again we will have a rally in the dollar versus rupee. The dollar will strengthen. Now, we saw the euro hit highs of around 1.2443. This was also on the back of the same news, as we see the shift from the safe haven currencies to the more riskier currencies. And we expect this bullish trend for the euro to continue. Now, in rupee terms, we can look to buying the euro at around 69 to 69.10 levels for a rally to probably around 69.50 to around 70 levels in the near term. Now, there's a lot of Chinese data that's expected to hit the markets this week. Data ranging from their trade loans to bank loans to even the investment outlook for China. We see that there's a monetary easing stance that is done by the Chinese government. In the short term, this is supportive, but however, whenever China eases, we know that there is a bigger problem due to which they are forced to do the easing. No country would like to go in for easing unless and until there is some fundamental problem. So in the longer term, this is what is going to play in the markets. Based on this data, the markets will take further cues on what are the numbers that are coming out from China, because there's nothing else going to be reported for this week at least. We also have Ben Bernanke's statement today, but there isn't anything concrete that's going to come out. He'll be talking mostly about the economic situation and how it could be improved, but no indication or no concrete efforts towards a stimulus as such would be expected from him. Looking at UK, well, besides the Olympics, there's nothing that seems much interesting happening there from the financial point of view. The services PMI, it came in much lower at 51 versus an expected of 51.6. Also, the Halifax index, which measures the rates of houses, the pricings of houses, that also is expected to come lower at minus 0.5%. This will definitely take a toll on the pound, and we are expecting the pound to be more bearish going forward. The yen depreciated a lot post the US news. This was primarily because of the built up in the safe haven demand. We saw that previously all the ECB expectations, they were quashed, and there was a huge built up in yen positions. So all the positions were reversed, and probably the money flowed from the yen positions towards more riskier currencies like the euro or the pound also to a little extent. So the yen it depreciated, and we expect this trend to continue for a couple of sessions more. Now we see that internationally it's trading at around 78.40 levels, and we expect it to cross the 79 level mark at least. On the rupee terms, well, you can sell the yen at probably around 86.08 levels, and we expect it to go down to probably 85.50 or so in the short term. And for the technicals for today, the dollar, the strongest support for the dollar is at 54.76, and on the upside we see a resistance at around 55.53 levels. For the euro, well, it's at 67.76 the support, and the resistance is seen at around 69.1. For the pound, there is support at around 85.7 and a resistance on the upside at around 86.5. And for the yen, well, there's a support at around 69.21 and a resistance at around 71.46 levels. Well, that's it for today. Thank you.